Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Been doing this a very long time. I speak from a place of experience. We've been doing this for almost 23 years. And before this, I was a divorce mediator. Talk about this topic is what my wife never believes me. Well, talk about no one believing anybody in divorce mediation. There's just total mistrust, distrust. It's terrible. The reality in the world is that nobody believes anybody. They don't. The reality in the world is that no one is really believable. There was a study many, many years ago. I can't cite where it was. It was a university study where they said, how many times does a person lie in a day? And a liar lied, I don't remember the number, a really high number, like 75 or 100 times a day. A normal person lied 50 times, 30 times a day. Someone who never lied 10 times a day. Kind of interesting. And that was for men. For women, numbers were a little higher. So that was a real study. I wish I could cite it so no one gets mad at me, but that's the truth. The truth is we live in a cause and effect world, and we are driven by the compulsion to survive. It's called drive to survive. It's going on. Self-preservation. We know about this. The thing that all of us remember from learning this in school was the fight or flight. But it's based on self-preservation. And so the flight is to lie, to push away the reality so that we're not busted for whatever it is we do. And so if your wife never believes you, it's because she knows that you don't always tell the truth. And even if you do, she's used to people not telling the truth. Now, she might be phobic about it, right? She might be like so worried about being lied to all the time. So what do you do in that case? You recognize that this is a weakness within her psychology. Now, we're not Western psychologists here, but we still recognize psychology, and this is a weakness in hers where she is hypersensitive to people not telling her the truth, including you. Because neither of you have learned enough about marriage to completely overwhelm the negative with love and sweetness. You didn't do that. So this is going on. And so what happens is, you as her husband, who has sworn to love her, which means that that's not an empty hallmark term. To love her means that it manifests in certain ways: compassion, understanding, devotion, not busting her for her phobias, recognizing her free will, recognizing that if she has a weakness, you don't poke at it. You don't try to be her teacher because she has free will. Instead, you silently do all you can to pad that part of her that is sensitive so that it doesn't hurt her. So you do your best to be really transparent. You do your best to make sure she knows where you are all the time, who you're talking to, what you're doing. You show her that you, and that's not going to do it. It isn't going to do it. It's not going to make her trust you more. Nothing will. It doesn't matter. You're aware of this particular weakness of hers. What if she had one leg that was shorter than the other? Would you make fun of her? Would you point it out? Would you say, hey, you should do this? You should stretch that leg? No. Of course not. That would be cruel. Same thing for a psychological weakness. You don't bring it up. You don't think in your mind, but she can, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, like you can? None of us can. We can't overcome our psychological weaknesses because someone told us to. But we can love them. And that's what you do. You love her and you don't worry about it. So what if she doesn't believe you? It's not that big a deal. At times it'll be somewhat inconvenient, granted. but at other times it's going to bug you. That you can do something about, that it's bugging you. You have to control your own mind and not be bugged by it. Do you see? Now, some guys are going to write in and go, this guy, he's making everything about taking care of women. You know, you don't watch the other videos when I'm talking to women. It's an individual path that all of us are on, even when we're married. And if you come to me because you have a problem like this, then you need help, but you need help that is usable. It's not practical to think you can change her. You cannot, period. It's just the reality, you know that. You can hardly change yourself, much less change her, and you have no right to do that. You have no right to put the imposition on her any more than she has the right to put the imposition on you. We do our best. It's always a struggle, not because of what the person is doing or not doing, but because of how our mind is reading it. That's always, 100% of the time, the actual problem. That you can do something about. So that's what I'm trying to tell you here. So we're now training people to become marriage counselors without any psychotherapy involved, no psychology. Western psychology doesn't even fit in marriages. So we discovered the magic of marriage, and we're sharing it with everyone. I hope you liked the video. I hope you subscribe to the channel. I hope you share this on social media. I hope you got something from it. God bless you. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We're here for you. God bless you, and take care.